Harvest Manitoba, formerly known as Winnipeg Harvest, has been helping to feed those in need since 1985. During the COVID-19 pandemic, it's seen a shift not only in the number of people using its services, but also in the demographic. Here now to explain is CEO of Harvest Manitoba, Karen Taylor-Hughes. Thank you so much for joining me.
You're very welcome.
Do you tend to see a bit more of a drop in donations or activity right after the holidays?
Yes, I think in most sectors, especially the food sector, charity sector, we see a build-up from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and just shortly after to early January, and then it pretty much really tapers off until late spring. So there is a huge difference. We try to remind people they can give tin for the bin when they go to the local grocery store or run a food drive at different times, but it is traditionally it gets slower during this period.
But the demand doesn't change, does it?
No, every day, it actually, because of the pandemic, we're seeing now that every month we're getting new families. So it's about 3 to 5% increase every single month, month over month since September. So, and we are expecting that climb to continue for months to come. So the need, not only is it there, but it's actually getting greater every month.
How much of an effect do you think this will have for not just the next couple months, but possibly years?
Well, we learned a few things in the 2008 recession. When that recession started in 2008, Harvest was serving about 30,000 people. They saw a quick uptake in the first few months of the recession, but from 2008 to 2011, they saw an increase of 50%. So steadily increasing, and then by the time they got to 2011, they were serving over 70,000 people every month, and that has not changed until COVID, where now our numbers are going up and we're serving 80,000 plus and growing every day. So economists have said if you have been impacted financially, meaning you had a job and now it's gone, and you haven't been able to work, it hasn't come back, it will take at least 3 to 7 years to recoup, and some families never will. So we expect our numbers to rise and probably stay there for years. Our families are growing. So traditionally we had about 43% of our folks that we serve are children, and our percentage of children has now grown to 46%. So these are families that are coming in that have children who are feeling the need, and that's because they've exhausted their savings, they don't have a job, if they're getting support, it's not enough to make ends meet for their family. And really, we talk to people when they call in, we're the last resort. They'll say, I've lasted 10 months, but I really can't make it. I got to choose between paying my rent or buying groceries.
If people wanted to help you guys out, how do they go about doing that?
There are many things you can do. The best way to help you around is you can actually be a monthly donor. Just giving $20 a month or $35 a month, you set it up, it happens automatically. And that just allows us to have funds to continue to do what we do. You can also do fun things, like you can do people have heard of things like GoFundMe pages. You can do a fund drive with our organization and have your friends jump in and raise funds. You can do a food drive the same way. We've had lots of community folks put up posters or send folks to their community newspaper online and say, we're doing a food drive. Here are the Harvest top 10 canned items you're looking for. If you want to get involved, put them on your front doorstep. We'll pick them up at 1 o'clock and we'll take them in. And we've seen thousands of pounds of food come in that way. So that's a really great way. It's a safe way to do it and not get worried about social distancing.
Have there been any big community pushes that have really made a difference for you this past year?
Oh my goodness. Talk about silver linings. COVID has been the worst of times, and we're still going through that, and all the losses and those can never be recouped. But what I learned and had the privilege to see firsthand is just a tremendous outpouring of support from our community. So we've seen so many folks step in that we've never worked with before, or just really caring, and then just the general public. When we had our radiothons, we talked about our top 10, it was Christmas, we could use turkeys. I cannot tell you how many hundreds of frozen turkeys were delivered to us from families and community members that wanted to make sure everyone had a turkey for Christmas. It's been tremendous. I'm proud to work for Harvest. We work really hard to support our community, and our community supports us, so we can do that.